Hello Taurus, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at what you've been dealing with in 2025, where your energy is at moving into the new year, and what you need to know about 2026. Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Taurus, we're going to jump on in. We're going to start with looking at overall energy through oracle cards first. So we're going to look at the overall energy for 2025, where you're at moving into the new year, and what you need to know for 2026 with oracle cards first. And then we will dive into tarot as we progress with the reading. But let's first look at this energy for 2025. What was the theme of your year? What have you guys been going through and dealing with? The answers you need are coming. The energy is gaining momentum. Ooh, okay. I think that this has been a year of feeling very stagnant and very stuck and kind of waiting for things to move in one direction or another, but almost feeling like it kind of feels like you felt like it was hamster running on a wheel kind of energy, where it felt like you were doing a lot and putting in a lot of energy and effort, but not really getting anywhere. And I think that the secret here is that you've actually made a lot more progress than you think, but that progress has been very internal. I feel like this has been a year of really shifting beliefs, of showing up for yourself, and although it's been challenging, because I think it's been a challenging year for a lot of people, I do feel as if like I said, I think you're making more progress than you think that you are toward where you want to go, even if you're not seeing that yet in your material world. You do have adjustments are required on the bottom here. So I feel like it could have been a year of like shifting direction in a way, like shifting focus, shifting energy. And I think that, I do feel like that's going to pay off in the end. But let's look at the current energy here, Taurus, for you. A time to give rather than take. And I said this, I think that you've invested a lot and you haven't seen the results of that investment. The time, the energy, the effort. I feel like you're going to, though. I think you feel like you wasted a lot of time and energy on things because they feel fruitless or you're not seeing the results. But yeah, fiery climax approaches. This feels like a big shift. A big shift into abundance and ultimately into a little bit more ease, because I really feel like I'm speaking to a collective that's put a lot of time, energy, and effort into something. So what are you needing to know moving forward into 2026, Taurus? What do you need to know about 2026? It's like you're so much closer than you think you are to desired results or to where you want to go. Show the world the real you. It's authenticity. That's a missing piece here. You spent a lot of time being who you think you need to be. And I feel like 2026 is about taking off the mask and just showing up like unapologetic and authentic. You and your loved ones are safe. This is interesting because you've invested a lot and you felt like you're not getting what you deserve, right? Like that, I think that there's a lot of frustration in the energy of 2025. And you're right, you aren't getting what you deserve. And I think that you are, very deserving of more, but it does kind of feel like you've been in this energy of kind of waiting for things to happen and waiting for things to shift. And I feel like the shift is in no longer waiting for permission in some way, like waiting for permission to pursue a path or to be who you are or to, I don't know what it is. It's almost like this is the year of really giving yourself that permission, of really opening up. It's like you've been waiting for somebody to give you the key, but you've had the key the whole time. I know that sounds interesting. Maybe a little bit vague. And I feel like we'll get a little bit clearer on what this means, but it's like, yeah, you've had the key the whole time. I feel like opportunities that have always existed start to become clearer, almost like things that you've looked over in the past I don't know. Let me get overall theme here for you, Taurus. And that's the shift. Interesting. Okay, hang on. Overall theme of this for you, Taurus. I feel like 2025 tested you in a lot of ways. And moving into 2026, it does kind of feel like you're kind of over it, like over a lot of it. And I feel like that's why the energy is so different. Divinity. Okay, this is going to sound very spiritual and woo here. There's the, I said it. Shift. I said, I feel a shift. Past life, shift, divinity. It feels like you're stepping more into like your true purpose. Your true purpose, your true path, your true nature too, in association with that. And that's come with, I think that, maybe hitting certain dead ends, experiencing not seeing the progress that you want or having the things that you deserve. And I think that that's where the shift comes from. Because this divinity, this is like remembering that you're a divine being having a human experience. It's like rediscovering your power in some way. So yeah, discovering true purpose, discovering aligned path, like that's what 2026 is all about for you. Interesting. I want to know more. Let's look at tarot here. Let's look more at this 2025 energy, because this clears up a lot. That's why I always pull those cards, because I feel like they get... And that's the shifting in focus. Shifting in focus. But where you're shifting your energy to is aligned with like true path and true purpose. So I don't know what that means or what that looks like for you, but let's look at this more. Look at this energy for you in 2025 here, Taurus. Yet there is that energy of feeling stuck. And I said it, it's like almost opportunities that have always been available start to appear for some reason. I don't know if it's because you finally start to believe in like your capabilities, or you stop trying to fit into a box of some sort. Because this is like this energy of, trying to fit in, trying to be what, somebody else needs you to be or expects you to be, or what, yeah, and this is almost like breaking out of that box. What this kind of reminds me of is the energy of like, I just feel like it's easier when I try to put it to my own personal stories, just because I can bring through what I'm trying to say. But when I like quit my job as a financial advisor to become a tarot reader, right? It was like I was trying really hard to find success in this, career path that was just leading me nowhere. I mean, I was finding success in it, but I was unhappy. And then when I shifted, it's like not only did I find the success, but I found the fulfillment because it was so aligned. And this doesn't have to be about a job. I mean, it could be about relationships. It can be about anything. But it's almost like working really hard to make a certain path work and then shifting into a completely different path that's way more aligned, way more exciting. And maybe that's what this 2025 year was all about, is like discovering that in some sort. Queen of Swords in reverse, and then there's the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, yeah, you put a lot of work and effort in 2025, and I don't want you to think that this went in vain, because it didn't. It's just, you're just not seeing the fruit of the labor yet, because the full path isn't clear. Discovering independence too. Independence from something. But I do feel with this Queen of Swords in reverse, there's this energy of almost, hiding, who you are, or what you really align with. Yeah, trying to fit in, trying to make things work. And it's so interesting because I don't know if you even realized you were doing this. So there's a major shift in path. I don't know if it happened in 2025 or if it started the process in 2025 and now you're shifting more into it in 2026. It's like stepping into your true purpose. It's like the path becomes clear. Okay, I want more on this Nine of Wands. You were held back for a reason. You weren't supposed to have clarity on this because there was a lot of things you had to work through. And maybe it's fear around what other people would think. Maybe it's fear around disappointing, other people, disappointing parents or friends. Maybe it's fear of failure. I don't know, but I feel like there was a lot that needed to be worked through in 2025. So it's not that you've been making the wrong choice at all, actually. I feel like you've been very much on the right path. It's just that path starts to become clearer in 2026. What are you needing to know right now? You're over not being valued. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And then this was the King of Swords. Or, why did I say King of Swords? I saw Queen of Swords. This is the King of Wands. Over not being valued. Putting a lot of energy and effort in and just not seeing that value. And it almost feels like, I don't know if, okay. It's like 2025 pushed you to your limit. Like, to where you were like, enough is enough almost. Like, and I don't know in what way or how, but it almost, it opened up something inside of you. Because this fiery climax energy, it feels like a burst, like something burst. And it's like, and maybe you felt like you had no choice but to shift, or maybe you feel like you have no choice but to shift. But the shift, yeah, because there's the Hierophant here. So there is, it's like some sort of like an awakening or starting to see deeper truths or having a deeper understanding of something. Like 2025 taught you a lot. And whatever you learned in 2025, now you can take this into whatever path is and has been opening up for you. Maybe it was anger that led you to it. Following curiosity is really important right now. Following curiosity, like interests that you've had and ideas, like divinely guided inspiration, that is really important for you right now. And especially if like you've been in spaces where you had to suppress that side of you, your creative side or your playful side or your childlike side, things that, maybe you put on the back burner to take care of responsibilities, things like that, like bringing these back to the forefront because these things provide you with insight into the path for you. It's almost like if I could explain the way that I would, if I could put this energy into words, and I can't, so clearly, but if I could, it would be something like if I'm not being valued for who I've been pretending to be or for all of this work that I've put in, I might as well just do whatever the hell I want. Like, that's kind of what it feels like, where it's like, this isn't working. This isn't making me happy. This isn't fulfilling me. This doesn't make me feel good. So you know what? I might as well just have fun with it. Or like, I might as well explore other options or put my energy and my effort into things that, excite me. And it just kind of feels like you got kind of fed up with certain situations, and it caused you to start to get curious about like other methods or paths or opportunities or availability. And I think that what's interesting is you kind of had to get to that point, to that place of frustration, because so much about learning how to align with the right path for us is about learning what isn't going to work. And I think that, it's like, you're like, I've been spinning my wheels. I've been putting all this energy and effort. It's just not taking me where I want to go. So like screw it. That's what it feels like. It's so interesting. Or like, if I'm going to be judged when I'm trying to, fit in, I might as well be judged for, doing the things I want to do. Like, it's like, if I can't win, I might as well like enjoy the process. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Okay, what does Taurus need to know moving forward? This is a very divinely protected path because, and I mean, that's the thing. Your true purpose always is. What does Taurus need to know moving forward? It's like awakening to who you really are and what you really want. Three of Pentacles. The path already exists. You just have to walk it. It's like, and the Three of Pentacles is also, it could be about partnership or trusting that you have all of the help you need in discovering and walking this path. I think that's really important for you to know. You have all of the help that you need in discovering and walking it. What is this Queen of Cups trying to tell me? Queen of Cups with the Justice. This literally is like discovering your purpose brings in some sort of karmic balance into your life where like all of the effort that you've put in the past that you felt went unrewarded or unappreciated, like that shifts. That shifts. And that's what I meant by the work that you've done isn't in vain. The love that you've put out, the energy and the effort that you've put into helping people or into growth or into your healing, it hasn't been in vain. It's been part of discovering where you're going to be able to receive. Like what path is going to open you up to receiving here. Is there anything else? There's that King of Swords. There's a lot of people in this. The Queen of Swords in reverse, King of Wands, Queen of Cups, King of Swords. I almost feel like this is really about like screw what everybody else thinks. Screw what everybody else wants from you. Screw what everybody else needs you to be. Like, obviously, yes, you have responsibilities, okay? And I'm not saying, like, especially if you have kids or partnerships, I'm not saying, abandon those altogether. But I do think that this is really a year of, and I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna elaborate on it, a year of getting a little bit selfish. And I don't mean selfish in the sense where you harm other people with your decisions. I mean selfish in the sense where you put, your needs, your desires, your how you're gonna feel about your choices above everything else, especially because like you're the only one who has to live with your decisions, right? You're the only one at the end of the day who's going to live lifelong with your decisions. And I think that this is about understanding that, like I don't know if there's I'm getting this feeling that there's a fear of what other people are going to think. And I don't know, I don't necessarily feel like it's like the masses. Maybe it's like, I don't know what my parents are going to think, or like, you know, what are people going to think if I get a divorce? Like things like that. But it's like none of that matters, because this path, this whatever this is that's opening up, it's so aligned with like your purpose and what you're here to do that like you're meant to walk it. Meaning that none of that matters, because you're always going to feel the most fulfilled when you're walking what's in alignment with your, you know, your true path and true purpose. So I don't know. It's interesting. Closing out, you know, past life cycles, past life experiences, past life karmic experiences too. And finding some balance in your life when it comes to, like I said, you know, finding paths that are going to open you up to receiving. It is really exciting, but it's interesting. And I'm interested to know how it resonates with you guys. I'm going to hop on over to the extended, which is ultimately where we're going to look at what you need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So I'm going to dive deeper into these messages and ultimately really bring through that tangible advice. Then I've got an advice card to pull from your spiritual team at the very end with my postcards from Spirit deck, which is going to look at, you know, what you need to know moving into 2026. Any information for that is in the description box below. Thank you, Taurus, so much as always for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today, and I'm wishing you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Taurus.